day, my money long like I was 40. Ain't proud, but we made them birds fly like Jeffrey Lurie. With a fork, I'm like Poseidon. Water whipping with a trident. You want the graveyard? We the ones that's gonna supply it. Hard rock, skeleton from men dying in the...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know that this video was brought to you by Manscaped. Big Manscaped in the building. Lawnmower 3.0s, 4.0s, everything you need to keep today's man groomed. Make sure you using code Brunson. Save 20% off, get the free shipping, and the free shipping I forfeit that for y'all. Listen, man. Today's my birthday month. Before we get into the video, today's my birthday month, and I've been getting a lot of cool gifts, man. I've been treating myself. You know what I'm saying? So I always got to get with my guy just for kicks. You know what I'm saying? I always got to get for my guy just for kicks. I put his YouTube handle right there. I've been on a dunk binge lately, and he's crazy. I usually don't do like no type of animal print. These the B-Day joints, man. These crazy right here, man. So if you're looking for some exotics, man, get with my guy, man, Matt, at Just for Kicks, man. Listen. You will not be disappointed. So look, man. The Philadelphia Eagles are yet again taking out to dinner a first-round prospect at the wide receiver position. You have to do it, in my opinion. Chris Olave has visited the facility today. I hope it went well. Listen, I've been talking. Everybody, when you ask me what wide receiver do you want in this draft, I always say Chris Olave. Always do, man. I think he got the best route running in this draft. And I think with a quarterback that's still developing, I think route running or a guy that's a big body type of guy would fit the skill set the best. But I am in no shape, way, or form. I'm not shying away from Chris Olave at all. I like Chris Olave. I think he's the best thing for us in this year's draft at the wide receiver position. Now, this will be the third straight year that the Philadelphia Eagles have, in fact, drafted a wide receiver in the first round, if we do draft one in the first round this year. The only team to do that in NFL history is the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, and you know how their franchise is. It's in shambles. It's trash. Basuda. Mole is German for trash. Come on, throw some more. Listen, leave a comment in the description. Leave a comment with just trash in a different language. That's what the New York Lions, we're going to call them that. That's what the New York Lions have been for the most part. So, Jalen Reagor averaged 17 yards a game. He's had meaningful snaps, meaningful reps. He has not been what we thought he was going to be, and it's time to start looking for a wide receiver again. And I think that the Philadelphia Eagles being, proactive and bringing these guys in for these visits, I think it's the right move at this juncture. Listen, the draft is 2 weeks away? You got to start bringing these guys in who could potentially be there when it's time for you to pick. You got 2 first-round picks. I kind of already know what the Philadelphia Eagles are going to do. It would be shocking to me. This will be the most smoke screens I've ever seen from a franchise if the Philadelphia Eagles don't go this route that I'm looking at. You have to go defensive line or edge in this first round, and you have to go wide receiver in this first round. You have to. The Philadelphia Eagles have the second most sacks in the NFL since the year 2000. Only behind the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shout out to Dave Dust for sending me that. You know what I mean? Only behind the Pittsburgh Steelers. We are a team that's the foundation is getting to the quarterback on the defensive side of the ball with the least amount of blitz packages as possible. That's what we like to do. We like to be at the top in sack totals and at the bottom in blitzing. You know what I'm saying? I think if the Philadelphia Eagles blitz a little more, which they will do this year, we'll get back to where we need to be. But you got to draft you a stud and a guy who is just extremely, really gifted at getting to the cornerback. You got to do it. And the one guy that comes to mind to me, you can grab in the second round, Oklahoma, Nick Bonito. I'm going to get his name right once he's drafted. I promise you that. I apologize, Nick. You know what I mean? He's already ready in that department. Now, there's other areas of his game that need to, be enhanced. But getting to the pass rusher is already something that he does pretty well. He's already, day one, that's what you're going to get from him. And I think the Philadelphia Eagles need to look at guys like that because wide receiver and pressure on the quarterback are 2 areas we absolutely struggling in. And you can't be mad, ladies and gentlemen, at the Philadelphia Eagles if they draft another wide receiver because you have to. 17 points a game for Jalen Reagor is unacceptable. It's inexplicable. You can't even explain how you're that bad. You know what I'm saying? So, when draft day comes, I expect somebody to be moved. Whether it's Andre Dillard or Jalen Reagor, we can't keep holding on to talent because where we drafted them at, man. Some of these guys just not panning out. It's just not panning out, and we have a lengthy history of keeping guys well beyond their expiration date. We cannot do that. We cannot do that this year. We have to get guys gone. We have to move guys around. We have to shuffle things. We have to do what we have to do in order to be, the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, we have to do what we got to do, man. And Jalen Hurts does still have to develop. But I'm going to leave you guys with this question. Is it worth, well, it's not even a question. It's just the facts, man. A rookie deal at the wide receiver position from an elite guy, if you pick the right guy, you know what I mean? Olave, I think, will be special at the next level as well. It makes more sense from a financial standpoint. All of these guys listen, we all see Deebo Samuels as having issues. But next year, not this year, the year after next, Deebo Samuels is going to be making $20 million a year. So if you got Deebo Samuels now, you would end up having to pay Deebo Samuels before you paid the Heisman winner and Devontae Smith. You have to make tough decisions. Look at the decision the Dallas Cowboys just had to make. They had to choose between Gallup and Amari Cooper. And they chose Gallup, you know what I mean? And they had to pay Gallup either way. They made a decision. You know what I'm saying? They made a decision. You don't want to be in that situation to have to make tough decisions, man. Have to say bye-bye to somebody. The Dallas Cowboys obviously have an influx of wide receivers. The Philadelphia Eagles do not. Do not. We don't have an influx of guys. We just got an influx of guys who were drafted high. But they're not producing. They're not producing. The only thing that's saving Jalen Reagor's skin is where he was drafted at. We got to look beyond that, and we got to start looking to, the point of emphasis in terms of how do we get the most out of these players, or how do we offload these guys while they still have some sort of stock? Jalen Reagor don't have the best stock in the world, but if teams are calling for Jalen Reagor, you got to be answering the phone if you're the Philadelphia Eagles and Howie Roseman. That's the stock you got to get off. You got to get it off. You got to get the bad product out. You got to get it out. You might got a bunch of bad product right now, but somebody's still going to want it. You don't throw bad product away. You find a dummy and you sell it to them. And that's what has to happen in this case, man. I mean, Derek Barnett, an edge rusher, defensive end, and Jalen Reagor, they've been underperforming, and they're both high picks. Arcega-Whiteside, underperforming, high pick. These guys have not done what they were supposed to do in some ways. Now, I love Miles Sanders, but I expect more from Miles Sanders as well. Now, I'm not going to say underperforming, but Miles Sanders can definitely give you a next level, and I think we're going to see that out of Miles Sanders. It has to be done in this year's draft. You have the capital. You kick the can down the road. Listen, everybody's worrying about an insurance policy for Jalen Hurts. I need to worry about an insurance policy for Reagor. Like, what do? You cannot come out there with your best 3 wide receivers being Smitty, Quez, and Reagor again. You can't, because that's not a good core overall. It's a solid core, because Quez can probably get you 600 yards again, but you did add Pascal. You got to draft a rookie wide receiver or you will meet your demise, man. It is what it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. The draft is going to start heating up. We're going to start pumping out more and more content on the daily. Yes, I said the daily. We out here to support the people, and we out here to make sure that the Eagle news is flourishing from the best reporting on the Eagles, man. Shout out to all the content creators. Shout out to everybody doing their thing, man. Enjoy, man, because after the draft and the draft beyond, it's going to get crazy, man.